All right, hello. Welcome to NHE podcast. My guest here today is Tyler Shelde.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it really is. So, I don't know. Do you have any topics to talk about or anything right now? What's going on in your life right now, Tyler?
In my life, I suppose there's plenty of things going on. I have to feed my dogs every day.
Oh.
And this morning, while I was trying to get ready, I realized I didn't have enough time for breakfast. And I actually ate breakfast at work, which is something I try not to do because I need to eat lunch at work.
Oh, yeah.
And if I eat breakfast at work, I can't afford to eat lunch at work too, because they only give me one meal.
Oh, okay. You have to pay for other meals then?
Not if I eat a small meal. If I eat a half of a breakfast and a half of a lunch, it actually counts as one full meal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever do half and half then?
God, I get so hungry sometimes.
It's just like not enough food.
But
well, the fucking breakfasts at the high school are like nothing. You get super hungry when lunch comes around, like third period.
My favorite thing about high school breakfast was the pizza pockets.
Oh yeah.
They have
these calzones.
Yeah,
they have these calzones with the egg in it.
Oh really? Because
egg and sausage.
What they gave us was it was basically a hot pocket. And it was some fucking breakfast, but you only got the hot pocket for breakfast.
Yeah.
And they never had it was for, but it's just if you got breakfast, that was what you got, and then you got orange juice too, and that was shit you never got for lunch. And you only get like 6 ounces worth in a paper sack. You know what I'm talking about? Whenever you go to breakfast and you get lunch, and then so you go to breakfast and you get juice, and your friends got the juice, the orange juice, but it's in like a little paper satchel. And for 6 ounces of it, it's fucking frozen.
Yeah.
And then you've got to hack at it and warm it with your hands, and then you can drink it. Those are my favorite things about breakfast because I would actually come to school early, mostly for jazz band and shit like that. And so I would actually have to do a jazz band practice, and then we'd get out like 20 minutes before school started. So you'd have to just hang out in school for 20 minutes after jazz band practice. So I didn't have breakfast, but I usually have like $1.50 or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Go get it.
I was in jazz band, but I only did pep band stuff. We never rehearsed jazz band in the morning. Our jazz band was only it was 6 people last year.
That's how I started percussion class.
Yeah.
Because jazz band got canceled.
Yeah.
Ever tell you that?
Jazz band got canceled when you were in high school?
No, that's how I got into percussion society or percussion ensembles because
What year was it?
So to give you my timeline, I had actually gotten from going into my sophomore year doing straight jazz band.
Yeah.
And then not playing in jazz band at all and doing straight music theory, AP music theory as a junior.
Oh yeah.
And then doing AP Music Theory as a junior, I got to know my band teacher even more to where he was like, Tyler, come back to band. And so senior, I was like, all right, I'll play bass for jazz band. Let's do this shit.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
And so
sounds cool, anyway.
I had gone to, I'd shown up first period. It was actually fifth period. It was fifth period.
Yeah. It was for
start of the day, start of B day. And so
yep, that's how it is still.
What I had done was I showed up to the class and I showed up, hey, fucking anybody. I saw everybody sitting there, and I was like, a bunch of kids that were way younger than me, and I was like, okay, well, and then I looked at, and my teacher's like, so Tyler, jazz band has been canceled, and now,
jazz band's a lot of fun.
This period's percussion ensemble, so if you'd like, you can either go to the counselor's office and get your class wish, or you can play drums. I was like, fuck it. I'd rather play drums than figure this shit out. And it was really funny because it seems like he seemed like he was so worried about what I'd say.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? I had the option of either going to do some other shitty class in this school, somewhere else in this school.
It was always fun. Jazz band's always fun.
Do you have any idea how much I love being in this music room? I'll do anything here as long as I.
We did it in the boys' dressing room.
Really?
Yeah.
We did jazz band in the main room the first year. And I think, like I said, I didn't do junior year.
But was it shared with the percussion class back then?
No.
Oh, so there were different classes once upon a time.
Like I said, they were way separate.
I wish they still were, because lugging that big-ass bass drum to the boys' dressing room sucks. And four of our 6 wouldn't even fucking do it. Only me and the drummer would do it. We'd alternate. They're too fucking lazy to move the bass drum.
The only time we ever did, I ever got really into jazz band was during junior high, and that's why I joined in high school. I was like, fuck yeah, this is my thing, because I did French horn for regular jazz.
Oh yeah, French horn and jazz is cool.
And
sparse.
And then I played bass because somebody else played electric bass. Like, hey, you play electric guitar, right? I was like, I can figure out bass. And it was just a lead sheet.
Yeah, me too.
And so
we only had
really easy.
we had the pianist, me playing guitar, or no bass, and like drums and a trumpet. So we didn't have bass. So halfway in the year, we were like, Nick, I should just fucking play bass. It would make our music sound a lot better. And I learned a lot about walking bass and just jazz bass in general, like chromatic shit and all that cool stuff.
Yeah, if you're gonna play any music, you really should have a holistic view of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because once you start pigeonholing yourself, you're like,
I'm always
I just drum. You're like, fuck you, you shitty piece of shit. You can't
even
do
if
anything else. Like,
if you only play the drums, you still can know what's going on musically.
yeah, you have to know.
My drummer friend, he's only really a drummer. He kind of plays piano a little bit, which is helpful.
Yeah, care about it. Yeah, do something else.
He knows what's going on musically, and he can do all these odd time signatures. Like I have this jam method where you play in 5/8, right? But if I like nod my head, that means the next two measures are gonna be 6/8 and just shit like that.
Yeah, sure.
Cueing jams, like improvising with really just shit like that.
Like making major changes to the rhythm.
Yeah. I got obsessed with odd time signatures.
That's a fucking exercise.
Like
to me, those fucking chin-ups.
Yeah.
That's a musical exercise. You'll get stronger musically.
And it's something people would like to watch live.
Yeah.
Like a lot of jam sessions
especially if you get real good at it, you can like boom, boom,
come up with different.
boom, and then like
a frown could mean something.
And everybody's on it.
Or you could like hold up the.
Okay.
I'll have to pee.
I'm still listening.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, so I guess I'm still doing this podcast. I completely forgot about it, but Tyler's in the bathroom right now. He's got to pee, and then when he comes back, I will pee because drinking a lot of water. Yeah. Yeah. If you can't tell, that's Tyler peeing. I don't know if the audio capture is good enough to actually hear something of that distance, but he just flushed the toilet, and I'll be going to the bathroom, so keep him engaged.
I'm here, and although I need entertainment, I don't require it. There's one time when I was a little boy that I went out into my shed and I was looking for a chess set my dad was painting. He had purchased a bunch of Warhammer miniatures and decided to make a chess set out of all of them, so he just purchased some redundant, cheap, small ones for the pawns, and then the other ones were different. So he went, and I found them all, and they were rusted in one big fucking pile. And as I was trying to pull the one piece that I thought was a single miniature out of this big pile, it moved the whole box, and when I moved the whole box, it disturbed a wasp nest in the corner of the shed. And that was the first time I ever got stung by a bee or a wasp.
Oh, first time I was stung, I must have been 7 or 8. All I remember is it fucking hurt. And I have a funnier bee story. It was in 2014, I think. Mm-hmm. I was 16, and so I'm outside doing this fucking. I'm digging up old like soft wood mm-hmm. that's all wet and shit. And I throw them on these tarps and we take them to the dump. So I was doing that, and then like 5 bees just start chasing me, and they stung me all over. And so I ran to the bathroom and threw all my clothes off. Turns out one of the bees was in my shirt still. So I was like fighting this fucking bee like in the bathroom like he was a boss in a video game or something like that. So I locked him in there, and then I ran to get some spray under the sink, and then I just fucking sprayed it, and then it suffered to death.
When we were little kids, we used to go hang out in this clover patch. There was this playground by our house, and behind the playground was this clover patch, and that big ass clover patch was a shit ton of bees. And so we'd go capture like 5 of them. We'd put them in a spaghetti jar, and there was this hill by our house, and we'd fucking just we'd roll them down the hill, and we get the bees super pissed off, and so we'd roll them down the fucking hill, and then we'd chase after it, and the first person to get to it unscrewed the lid and threw it at the other people, and we all ran.